What's goolin' on, my funky fiends? It's me, the Grand Duke of Spook, Kris Bell. Tonight's episode, I'm bringing you an alien abduction, two guys that have lost their minds since then, and some delicious coffee via pedal jar. So stick around to find out all we have in store for you. So before we get into the creepy, let's get into the coffee. No better thing to tell stories to than some delicious Campfire s'mores. Oh yes, available at pedaljava.com. Now, let's do this a little different. I want to do this like an old Twilight Zone intro. Ready? Pan in on me, camera. On the evening of October 11th, 1973, in Pascagoula, Mississippi, 42-year-old Charles Hickson and 19-year-old Calvin Parker had an encounter the likes of which neither would forget. What they thought would be a quiet night of fishing ended with the two of them being the ones on the hook. Listen to their bizarre tale and decide for yourself. Is it fact or just a fish story? Right here in the Kreature Corner.
Something happened October of 73 that would go down in history. The spaceship king with many blue lights sat down near them in the night. Three little men came out and took him inside. They looked him over with one big eye. They say what they saw was for real. They know they were the ones that saw the Pascagoula UFO.
Yes, my funky fiends, the Pascagoula River Aliens. These weird silver little Shrek-looking monsters from the sky who decided to come one night and pick up two guys who happened to be in the right place at the wrong time. Picture it. Pascagoula, Mississippi, 1973. So Charles and Calvin told Jackson County, Mississippi Sheriff's Office that they were fishing off a pier on the west bank of the Pascagoula River when they heard a whirring and whizzing sound, and they saw two flashing blue lights and observed an oval-shaped object. Parker and Hickson claimed they were conscious but paralyzed, while these creatures with robotic slit mouths and crab-like pincers took them aboard the object and subjected them to an examination. Before finally dropping them back off at the shore.
Sheriff Diamond, can you tell me just what happened that night?
No sir, I can't. All I can tell you is two men came into the sheriff's department approximately 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, all excited and upset, wanting to climb the walls like everyone's favorite web-slinging superhero, hysterical, crying, a lot like a little baby child, you know. But that's all I really know about what happened. But as far as me seeing what happened, well, I don't know.
Last October, in the quiet Mississippi town of Pascagoula, two local men confronted authorities with a rather bizarre story. Charles Hickson and Calvin Parker told of a strange craft landing near their fishing site and of being taken aboard by three unearthly creatures. The two men were questioned under hypnosis and lie detectors, but their story remained intact. One of the men suffered a nervous breakdown and is still under treatment.
Sheriff Diamond, can you tell me just what happened that night?
No, sir, I can't. All I can tell you is there was two men came into the sheriff's department approximately 8:30 and 9 o'clock. They were all excited, upset, wanting to climb the walls, hysterical, crying. That's actually all I know is what happened. I mean, as far as me seeing what happened, I don't know.
we could see them in the opening coming from, you know, when it started out to craft. But
Did you think it was people coming out at first?
Well, they had. I kind of thought it was people at first, you know, off like that. But of course, when they appeared there in front of me, it was the most shock I've ever had in my life.
What did you see?
Well, they were shorter than me. I'd say about 5'2" or 3", and they didn't have a neck. Their head, it seemed to come directly to their shoulders, and they had something that came out to a point about where a nose would be, and on each side the ears. And I believe that they looked like they were a little longer on the ears than the nose.
But still pointed the ears.
They were still pointing. They had me one on this arm like this, and on the other one, you know, they had my other arm like that. And I just seemed to lift up to the same height they were off the ground, and we just moved into the craft. Along this area here, and they didn't drop me, you know, they just released me back to the ground. And I fell. I don't know why my legs were weak. I don't know why it was the fright or what it was, but I fell onto the ground. I think there has to be a reason why that Calvin and me was picked. I don't know. They might have been, you might say, looking for somebody that could, you might say, hold up under the strain and convince people that there is another world and there's some kind of life on that world up there.
They were the ones that saw the Pascagoula UFO.
So there you have it. The Pascagoula River Aliens. Decide for yourself. Are these strange little silver creatures the truth? Or is it just a couple of guys trying to get some notoriety? I don't really know what kind of notoriety you gain from becoming a recluse and not really wanting anyone to know you, although I do think Charles went on to write several books and do a lot of TV interviews. Calvin wasn't so hopped up on the idea. Until recently, I believe Calvin's done some interviews, and a tape even came out here lately, the recording between Calvin and Charles while they were in the interrogation room when no one was in there with them, and Charles was telling Calvin to just kind of keep his mouth shut about it because nobody was truly going to believe that little aliens, big aliens like this, came down and abducted them onto their ship and performed terrible experiments upon them. So, let me know what you think. Pascagoula River Aliens, real or fake? Let me know in the comments section below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow, and hit that little bell icon so you get notified of all our new videos. And until the next time, be sure to keep those eyes peeled, my funky fiends, because there's always more coffee and more creepy ghouling on in the Kreature Corner. Boo-bye.
Now do all of that all over again.
Yeah, do every bit of that again. We can do that. Perfect.